For those who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Segun Oke. I am a personal development and leadership coach, and it's my pleasure to help you discover yourself and make the most of life. Last week, Wednesday, we started on this beautiful topic titled, It's Not About You, But. It's not about you, but. For those who were part of the session last week, you know I told you it's not about you, but it depends a lot on you. It's not about you, but it depends a lot on you. Now, if you want to ask any question, because of the way we have scheduled this broadcast, we're broadcasting live on a number of platforms at the same time, and it's not possible for me to monitor every platform, perhaps except for Instagram Live. So you will want to send in your questions. If you want me to answer any question, you can send in your question, and I will treat the question at the beginning of our next broadcast. So if you're interested in sending a question, please use the link that is currently being displayed. It's very simple, bit.ly/pshegs1. If you use that link, you can send in your question anonymously. You can send in your question anonymously, and I will answer the question at the beginning of the broadcast next week. If you want to ask your question live, then you may want to use the question icon on Instagram Live. Mayo Babatunde, I see you. Good evening. Thank you for liking my glasses. Okay, perhaps one of the new things for those who are just meeting me, you probably get used to seeing me with the glasses. For those who have known me for years, it's the first time in my life I've had to use glasses, and it's because I just want to improve my sight as I continue to join the elders. All right, so like I said before, the topic is it's not about you, but it depends a lot on you. Just before we go into our material for today, let me remind you that all my teachings are available at hillcityng.org/media store. hillcityng.org/media store. You can get all my teachings from that site. Okay, for a token you'll be able to download. And if you want to subscribe to all my teachings, I do a minimum of 2 teachings every week. You can subscribe to have my teachings sent directly to you in not more than 12 hours after every teaching, and it's going to be sent to you on WhatsApp. If you're interested in that subscription, then you can check my the link in my bio on Instagram, and you can use the link there. You'll be able to subscribe to get my teaching sent directly to you. Okay, no more than 12 hours after every presentation, Wednesday night, Sunday morning, the teachings will be sent to you. And from time to time, I do bonus teachings also that will be sent automatically to the subscribers. All right, so if you're interested in subscription, please make the most of that opportunity. Our topic, like I said, is it's not about you, but. And like I said last week, I said it depends a lot on you. Quickly, let me remind you of some of the big ideas that we looked at last week, Wednesday. Okay, we said that the ultimate secret to success in life is the ability to actualize the vision of others. The ultimate secret to success in life is the ability to actualize the vision of others. We've taken time to establish the fact you don't succeed by pursuing your own vision. You succeed by actualizing the vision of other people. And what we started to look at from last week is how that even though you are not focused on yourself, you are not self-centered, you are not self-absorbed, you also need to develop yourself, okay, as you contribute your best to actualizing the vision of other people. But let's still recap some of the things we looked at last week. We looked at this beautiful statement by Zig Ziglar. He said that you can achieve or you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Let's look at it again. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Can I put it to you, therefore, that if you don't have all you want, perhaps you are not helping enough people get what they want. Okay? You need to increase what is flowing from you so that you can multiply what is coming back to you. Okay? We looked at the statement of King Solomon from Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 25. Let's look at it together. Proverbs 11 and verse 25, the Passion Translation says, "Those who live to bless others will have blessings heaped upon them. And the one who pours out his life to pour out blessings will be saturated with favor." In explaining this verse of scripture, I told you that you are blessed to be a blessing. So you need to understand everything you have, and everybody is gifted. Everything you have is for the benefit of other people. It's not about you, okay? You are blessed to be a blessing. And then I added another statement to that. I said, you are blessed to the degree to which you are a blessing. So first, what you have is a seed, what you have is a gift. Once you recognize that what I have is for the benefit of other people, the more you contribute to actualizing their vision, the more you are blessed. And that's why I said that you are blessed to the degree to which you are. If you are taking notes, these are two powerful statements you want to take note of. You don't want to forget. You are blessed to be a blessing. The degree to which you are blessed is the degree to which you are a blessing, or you are blessed to the degree to which you are a blessing. I told you last week that you are not the mission, but you are mission critical. You are not critical. As you engage with other people, you must always remember it's not about me, but what I bring to the table is very important. Very important. I am here to add value to other people, but I pay attention to the quality of what I am bringing to the table. I showed you a arithmetic or simple calculation last Wednesday. I want you to see it again. Okay, I said 10 plus x equals 30. 10 plus x equals 60. 10 plus x equals 100. X equals, in other words, what we produce at the end of the day has a lot to do with how much of yourself in terms of quality to the table. If you bring 30 of you, then we have 30. If you bring 60% of you, we have 60. If you bring 100%, you bring your A game, you put your best foot forward, then we produce maximum results, okay? Exceptional results, exponential results. So last week I told you to develop yourself for the benefit of other people, okay? Develop yourself of other people. This is important. Develop yourself. The quality of yourself that you bring into the equation will determine the quality of our results. Now, let me say this to you. When you don't bring your A game, when you don't put your best foot forward, you give people the option of doing life without you. You need to understand, since it's not about you, it means you don't have a permanent shirt. It means nobody is stuck with you. If you want people to consider you as vitally important, you want people to always want you in their life and prioritize your contribution, you want to be sure that you are bringing your A game. I said something to you and that evening, and I'll go into the content I have for this. Your vision will determine the level of your excellence. The quality of vision will determine the excellence. Now, today I really want to actualizing another person's dream. Now about you. Now the secret says actualizing the vision of the people, okay? I want to share with you quickly this to engage other people, how to actually help other people become their best or achieve their objective. Attention. When it comes to engage their vision, there are things that I want to advise that using the vision of other people. Sit contribute to it, commit to it, but don't take it personally. 4 things that I need you to pay attention to. If you want to help their dreams, all right, see it, contribute to it, commit to it, but don't take it personally. Now, this is what I am saying. If the secret to success is helping other people achieve their dreams, then I'm talking about if you're in paid employment, the key to success is helping the organization achieve its objective. If you are a business owner, you are a service provider, the secret to your success is to help your clients and your customers actualize their vision. If you are a teacher, the key to your success is to help your students actualize their vision. If you are a leader, the key to your success is to help the people, your followers, to actualize their vision. And so when it comes to helping another person to actualize their vision, so I want you to picture yourself perhaps working with your boss, or you're a service provider working with your client, okay? You are an entrepreneur serving people. What are the 4 things I've asked you to do? And I'm going to break them down for you tonight. I said, see it. As far as other people's vision is concerned, you've got to see it, contribute to it, commit to it, but don't take it personally. So tonight, we're going to look at 2 of those 2 steps. Those 4 steps. We're going to look at 2 tonight. And then next week, Wednesday, we will look at the other 2. So we're going to start from see it. You want to run with another person's vision. You want to help somebody else achieve their objective. Then the first thing you want to do is you want to see it. Okay? You want to see it. When I say see it, I am saying you have to see what is seeing. So let's take a very practical example. Funshaw works with Mr. A. Okay? Funshaw works with Mr. A. Mr. A is building, okay, a business. Let's assume it's an auto business. He imports cars from the US to sell in Nigeria. Imports cars perhaps from all over the world to sell in Nigeria. Mr. XYZ has a vision. If Funshaw is going to help Mr. XYZ achieve his vision, what he needs to do is Funshaw needs to see it. Okay? You need to see it. You need to see what he is saying. A lot of people get involved. A lot of people try to run along with another, but they don't understand it. If you don't see what the visionary is seeing, you are likely to constitute more of a problem than a help. If you don't see what the person is seeing, you cannot be of help to that person. But let me pause a little bit and address visionaries. And we all are visionaries. We all have visions that we are engaging people to help us fulfill. If you are the visionary, it is your responsibility to make your vision concise and memorable. This is important. It is your responsibility as a visionary to make your vision concise and memorable. Let's leave visionaries alone now. Let's get back to our role as people who are trying to help other people actualize their vision. So you want to do what? You want to see what the person is seeing. It's important that you don't just assume, I know. You don't assume, I understand. You want to see what the person is seeing. And if you're going to do this, there are 4 things that I need you to do. Let's look at them one after the other. If you are going to see what the visionary is seeing, the first thing I want you to do is what? Listen. Don't assume. Listen. Don't assume. We do it a lot. The moment somebody is talking, very intelligent people, we assume we know what the person is saying. We assume we know where the person is going. And what we don't do is we don't listen. If you work with somebody, if you want to help somebody actualize their vision, the first thing you want to do is you want to keep quiet and listen when the person is casting vision. Pay attention. Don't assume. I've worked in the church environment for quite a while, and I see this happen a lot, especially those who have been part of church for a long time. They are working with another leader, working with another team. And there's just this assumption what we are trying to do is what we have always been doing. So when the person is casting vision, we are not paying attention. We are not listening. If you are really going to help actualize a vision, you have to listen, don't assume. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. Listen, don't assume. The next thing you will do after that is clarify. Okay, clarify. What do I mean by clarify? Ask questions to clear ambiguity. This is what I'm going to say to you. The fact that it is the duty of the visionary or the communicator to be concise and memorable does not mean that every visionary is concise and memorable. So when somebody is talking about what they want to achieve, they are casting vision, you listen, don't assume. Then after the person is done, you clarify. In other words, you ask the person questions to clear ambiguity. Okay, somebody I respect so much said something. He said, whatever can be misunderstood will be misunderstood. Whatever can be misunderstood will be misunderstood. Some people in communicating use words that are open-ended, words that are capable of multiple meanings. And so at the end of the day, they have said one thing and everybody they are talking to have heard different things. Sometimes one person is speaking to 10 people and 10 people are hearing 10 different things. For you to be sure that what the person is saying is what you are saying, you ask questions. So Mr. XYZ says to Funsho, I want to be the #1 car dealer in the whole of Nigeria. Now, somebody can hear that and I mean, that's what the man says. And what you hear is, I want to be the #1 car dealer in Lagos. So when he says, I want to be the #1 car dealer in the in Africa, whatever, you ask, are you saying, if I got you correctly, you mean that? Those are the kind of questions you ask to clarify. And what that does is the person repeats him or herself, emphasizing the most important aspects of what they are trying to communicate. Then you gain understanding. And then you go to the next step. Okay? Step 1 is listen. Step 2 is clarify. Step number 3 is process. Process. Okay? Process. At this stage, what you do now is you've listened, you have clarified, you will now leave the person alone. This is when you get home, sit by yourself, and then you will take time to think about what you heard so that you can be able to say to yourself, he said this, he said this, he said this. This is important. You see, at the point of processing, you're already getting yourself ready, all right, for the next thing I'm going to tell you to do. The first stage I said, see it. The next stage after see it is contribute to it. But listen, if you don't process, when you get to the point of contribution, you will have nothing to say. You will have nothing to contribute if you don't make a habit of processing. If you are going to see what another person is saying, I'm showing you 4 steps you have to take. First, listen, don't assume. Then clarify. Then process. Take time to think about what you have heard so that you can truly understand it. And then the 4th step I'm going to ask you to do is validate. Validate. At this stage, you now represent the vision to the visionary and get his approval of your version of his vision. This is important. So Funsho now goes back to Mr. XYZ maybe 2 days later and said, sir, we had a meeting the other day and this is what you said. If I got you correctly, you mean we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you got anything wrong, Mr. XYZ will say, Funsho, no, that's not what I said. See, at this stage, honestly speaking, if you have done your homework, I don't expect anything to be corrected because we're at validation stage now, not clarifying stage. But this is listen, but don't clarify. You are likely to process and process wrongly. So when you come back for validation, instead of validation, you get correction. But if you follow these steps accurately, when the leader or the visionary is speaking, listen. Don't assume you understand what the person is saying. When the person is done talking, clarify by asking questions. Okay? After you have clarified, then go back and process. Like I said before, if you don't process, you will have nothing to contribute. And we're going to contribution in a moment from now. You will have nothing to contribute if you don't process. So you process, then you come back for validation. Say, you know what? We talked about this thing the other day. You said this, you said this, you said this, you said this. If you did step 1, 2, 3 correctly, the only response at this stage is the visionary saying, man, you understand this vision more than I do. Because you got it correctly. You have listened, you have clarified, you have processed. Now you represent to get validation. It is at validation that you now move to stage number 2. I told you there are 4 things that I want you to do when it comes to actualizing the vision of other people. You have to see it, you have to contribute to it, you have to commit to it, but don't take it personally. Today we are looking at see it, and that's what we've done now. We've considered seeing it, how to see what another person is seeing. Now the next stage after that is what you contribute to it. Okay, you contribute to it. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. These little things I'm sharing with you tonight is the key sometimes to becoming a go-to player, okay, in any organization where you operate with anybody, sometimes even with clients, all right? If you don't follow these steps, you will just notice sometimes you're working with people and you're always at loggerheads, or they are not happy with you, and it is because sometimes you can't see what they are seeing. Or number 2, you are not contributing anything. Now let me say this to you. Focus means blindness. Okay? Focus means blindness. Now, it's an interesting setup I have here. As I am talking with you, I actually have 4 devices in front of me. I have 2 computer monitors, I have a phone, I have an iPad right here in front of me. Now, I'm looking at my phone. Okay, for those who are techie, I'm actually using my phone as my camera, okay, to get lovely image, that video quality that you are watching, wherever you're watching me now. Once I'm looking straight at the camera, I can't see the iPad where I am monitoring Instagram Live. If I look at the iPad to see what's happening, okay, on Instagram Live, then I can't see, I'm not looking at the camera anymore. Okay, I can't even see what's happening on the 2 screens. So focus means blindness. If you ask me right now, okay, what is behind you? I can only see what's in front. I cannot see what is behind me. What am I trying to say? Every visionary has a blind spot. Okay? Every visionary has a blind spot. So for you to be a valuable team member, you cannot afford to see only what I am seeing. It is your responsibility to see what I am not seeing. Okay? And that is your contribution. This is important. You've got to see what I am seeing. For you to be important to me, you have to now see what I am not seeing, okay? And then you contribute the benefit of your perspective. So, Mr. XYZ tells Funsho, I want to build the largest, car shop in Africa, okay? And Funsho, after digesting, okay, the largest car shop in Africa, oh, that's fantastic. Then Funsho comes and says, sir, in how many years do you want to achieve this vision? I agree with you. We want to build the largest auto dealership in Africa. Fantastic. Sir, by when? Then the man says, maybe in another, then Funsho says, sir, in another 30, 40 years, the kind of vehicles that people are going to be demanding for are not the kind of vehicles, okay, that people are driving now. So is there any part of this vision that will make us not have inventory that people are not asking for after like 5-10 years? You say, that's good. Now that's contribution. Okay? I'm just, making it up as I go. But there is a lot. Most of the time, visionaries are passionate about what they are seeing. And there is a lot they are not seeing that if they are not careful will undermine the achievement of what they are seeing. It is the duty of their team members to see to it that we are seeing what you are seeing, but we are also seeing what you are not seeing. Okay, sorry, just a moment. I need to monitor one of my devices here. Okay, I think everything is all right. Thank you very much. Let's proceed. So you have to see what the visionary is seeing, and you have to see what the visionary is not seeing. Okay, sometimes a visionary is so passionate, he wants to go to the market. Let's go. It is the team members that will say, fantastic idea, sir. But if we don't take care of this, what we are seeing may not may not come to pass. The other thing you contribute, which is very, very important, is strategy. You see, vision is not the same thing as strategy. Strategy is a major contribution of competent team members. Okay, strategy. Vision is, this is what we want to achieve. It's beautiful. If we achieve this is what's going to happen. Strategy is, how are we going to achieve it? Let me put it to you this way. It was the vision of Pharaoh and the strategy of Joseph that turned Egypt into a super economy. It is not just the vision of Pharaoh. Pharaoh had a dream, yeah. Somebody had to interpret that dream, but more importantly, come up with a strategy that was executed over a period of 14 years for that dream to become a reality. It is what? The vision or the dream of Pharaoh and the strategy of Joseph that turned Egypt into a super economy. You can take that simple equation or simple formula and apply it anywhere you find yourself. The moment you are not the visionary, take responsibility for strategy. This is crucial. Okay, the boss is coming up with the idea, the client is coming up with the idea. Let me give another example. Okay, you're a wedding planner, okay, or you're a fashion designer. Sometimes people just know the end product. But you are the one that will say, okay, we need to take steps. Okay, let me give you another example of what I'm saying. It was the vision of Steve Wozniak, but combined with the strategy of Steve Jobs that created Apple. Okay, I was reading in macworld.com recently, okay, very, very beautiful, the history of Apple and how they came up. But let me just read some things. I documented a few things that I said I was going to share with you. All right, now listen to this. Steve Wozniak was the visionary. Steve Jobs was the strategist. Steve Jobs saw Steve Wozniak's computer, recognized its brilliance, and sold his Volkswagen Microbus to help fund its production. Wozniak sold his HP calculator, and together they founded Apple Incorporated on 1st of April 1976 alongside Ronald Wayne. Of course, Ronald Wayne stepped aside, okay, shortly after that. Now listen to this. When they were going to sell Apple I, look at how it came about. Wozniak built each computer by hand, and although it wanted to sell them for little more than the cost of their parts, at a price that would recoup their outlay as long as they shipped 50 units, Jobs had bigger ideas. Jobs inked a deal with the Byte Shop in Mountain View to supply it with 50 computers at $500 each. This meant that once the store had taken its cut, the Apple I sold for $666. Of course, Steve Wozniak was thinking, if you can only sell 50, at the end of the day, they sold not less than 200 units of the Apple I. Why? Because of the combination of vision and strategy. What am I sharing with you, or what have I shared with us this evening? It's not about you, but a lot depends on you. And my focus this evening has been helping other people actualize their vision. Why? The secret to success in life is helping other people to actualize their vision. And I told you there are 4 major things I want you to do, okay, when it comes to actualizing other people's vision. I said you've got to see it, you've got to contribute to it, you've got to commit to it, but don't take it personally, okay? See it, contribute to it, commit to it, but don't take it personally. It's on that note that I'm going to round up tonight. I like the sessions to be brief enough so that others can cover the material in no time. Like I said at the beginning of the session, if you have any question, okay, because of the way we've set up to run this broadcast, I might not be able to take questions from all the platforms, but you can send in your questions anonymously. And at the beginning of the broadcast next week, I will attempt all the questions that come in, okay, before then. And they are anonymous. Nobody knows it's you asking the question. Just use the link currently displayed to ask your question. And if you want me to answer your question directly, then you can send your question to me by email, shegunoke gmail.com. Okay, thank you very, very much. As we round up, allow me to invite you to join me at Hill City, okay, on Sunday morning. Hill City Church is in Ikeja and in Lekki, so wherever you stay, okay, in the two major divides of Lagos, we are available to you. In Ikeja, we are at 18 to 20 Kudirat Abiola Way, Oregon, Lagos. In Lekki, we are at Newcastle Hotel, 21 TF Kuboye Road, Oniru. In Ikeja, we have service at 8 a.m. and 9:30. In Lekki, we have the service starting at 10 a.m. So wherever you are in the city of Lagos, you can join us. And if you are outside Lagos, then you can join us on YouTube, Facebook, and Mixlr. Just search for at Hill City NG. Do me a favor, share this broadcast with your friends and loved ones. The moment we are done with this broadcast, it's going to be available on my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for Segun Oke, okay? And this broadcast will be available for you to share with your friends, share with your loved ones. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay, so that you can get more content. There's a lot going on there than what we do on Wednesday evening. So you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get more material from me. Thank you very much once again for being a part of this broadcast. Same time next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. West African time. I'm going to be live sharing with you the two other ideas that I said I'm going to share with you. Okay, commit to it, but don't take it personally. Enjoy the rest of your week.